Hello dear friends, enjoy watching. There are only two forces that can carry light to all the corners of the globe, the sun in the heavens and the Associated Press down here. Life is short. Forgive quickly, kiss slowly, and love truly. Start at no particular time of your life. Wander at your free will all over your life. Talk only about the thing which interests you for the moment. Drop it the moment its interest threatens to pale. Few things are harder to put up with than the annoyance of a good example. High and fine literature is wine, and mine is only water, but everybody likes water. I am an old man and have known a great many troubles, but most of them never happened. There has been much tragedy in my life, at least half of it actually happened. Rise early. It is the early bird that catches the worm. Don't be fooled by this absurd law. I once knew a man who tried it. He got up at sunrise and a horse bit him. Love is madness. If thwarted, it develops fast. I was gratified to be able to answer promptly, and I did. I said I didn't know. April 1st. This is the day upon which we are reminded of what we are on the other 364. A man is never more truthful than when he acknowledges himself a liar. All you need is ignorance and confidence, and the success is sure. I've seen many troubles in my time, only half of which ever came true. If I cannot smoke in heaven, then I shall not go. A man accustomed to American food and American domestic cookery would not starve to death suddenly in Europe, but I think he would gradually waste away and eventually die. It takes me a long time to lose my temper, but once lost I could not find it with a dog. We don't cut up when madmen are bred by the old legitimate regular stock religions, but we can't allow wildcat religions to indulge in such disastrous experiments. George Washington, as a boy, was ignorant of the commonest accomplishments of youth. He could not even lie. Epitaphs are cheap, and they do a poor chap a world of good after he is dead, especially if he had hard luck while he was alive. I wish they were used more. It is not worthwhile to try to keep history from repeating itself, for man's character will always make the preventing of the repetitions impossible. The primary role of business success is loyalty to your employer. That's all right as a theory. What is the matter with loyalty to yourself? America cannot have an empire abroad and a republic at home. Give a man a reputation as an early riser and he can sleep till noon. Never tell a lie except for practice. Don't wake up a woman in love. Let her dream, so that she does not weep when she returns to her bitter reality. Only one thing is impossible for God, to find any sense in any copyright law on the planet. God has put something noble and good into every heart his hand created. The most successful people are those who do all year long what they would otherwise do on their summer vacation. Gratitude and treachery are merely the two extremities of the same procession. You have seen all of it that is worth staying for when the band and the gaudy officials have gone by. Are you so unobservant as not to have found out that sanity and happiness are an impossible combination? New Orleans food is as delicious as the less criminal forms of sin. For all the talk you hear about knowledge being such a wonderful thing, instinct is worth 40 of it for real unerringness. There are two things nobody should ever have to watch being made, sausage and laws. But it warn't no time to be sentimenting. I wish to become rich, so that I can instruct the people and glorify honest poverty a little, like those kind-hearted, fat, benevolent people do. Broad, wholesome, charitable views cannot be acquired by vegetating in one's little corner of the earth. Look at you in war. There has never been a just one, never an honorable one, on the part of the instigator of the war. Experience, the only logic sure to convince a diseased imagination and restore it to rugged health. The more I know about people, the better I like my dogs. Forgiveness is the fragrance the violet sheds on the heel that has crushed it. Teaching is like trying to hold 35 corks underwater at once. Quitting smoking is easy. I've done it hundreds of times. He was endowed with a stupidity which by the least little stretch would go around the globe 4 times and tie. The soul and substance of what customarily ranks as patriotism is moral cowardice and always has been. There is no other life. Life itself is only a vision and a dream, for nothing exists but space in you. If there was an all-powerful God, he would have made all good, and no bad. No one is willing to acknowledge a fault in himself when a more agreeable motive can be found for the estrangement of his acquaintances. It is my belief that nearly any invented quotation, played with confidence, stands a good chance to deceive. Write without pay until somebody offers to pay. One must travel to learn. Every day, now, old scriptural phrases that never possessed any significance for me before, take to themselves a meaning. It is better to be a young June bug than an old bird of paradise. I must have a prodigious quantity of mind. It takes me as much as a week sometimes to make it up. We are all alike, on the inside. Advertisements contain the only truths to be relied on in a newspaper. Don't say the old lady screamed. Bring her on and let her scream. We Americans bear the arc of liberties of the world, and all their values a compliment even when it comes from a source of doubtful competency. We have not all had the good fortune to be ladies. We have not all been generals, or poets, or statesmen, but when the toast works down to the babies, we stand on common ground. When people do not respect us, we are sharply offended, yet in his private heart no man much respects himself. Man will do many things to get himself loved. He will do all things to get himself envied. Therein lies the defect of revenge. It's all in the anticipation. The thing itself is a pain, not a pleasure. At least the pain is the biggest end of it. Old habits cannot be thrown out the upstairs window. They have to be coaxed downstairs one step at a time. The physician who knows only medicine, knows not even medicine. All generalizations are false, including this one. There is no such thing as a new idea. We simply take a lot of old ideas and put them into a sort of mental kaleidoscope. The only very marked difference between the average civilized man and the average savage is that the one is gilded and the other is painted. India has 2 million gods, and worships them all. In religion, all other countries are paupers. India is the only millionaire. It is a good idea to obey all the rules when you're young just so you'll have the strength to break them when you're old. Thanks for watching. Take wisdom from these videos.